come back to it, and then it would be a masterpiece. What? They're gonna put billions of dollars into a game, and they're not gonna fucking fix it if it comes out half baked?
Yes, James. That's exactly.
Don't be silly, Ricky.
Was unpredictable. It's aggressive.
Dude, I'm still shocked, but like Ricardo's graduating college by like the end of the year.
Me too.
Technically, Kane doesn't host their actual graduation ceremony until next year, but I will be done with college by the end of the semester. Yeah.
Twins.
Yeah, close enough.
Or she won't believe what I'm playing.
Wicked Bloodline. Please, God, be Wicked Bloodline. Okay, so
playing Abel, I'm gonna use my psychic powers. You're playing Resident Evil Village.
Was that Hindi?
No, it was gibberish.
Nice. But no,
What's
So
the
just to let you know that James, Gina will not be joining. She's tired, so she's gonna go sleep.
Oh, well, I wanted to tell her about fucking Zoe.
Can she join
know,
for
but she
10
says
minutes?
Yeah.
She says she's gonna sleep. She's very tired from the workouts.
5 minutes?
Off topic, but do you notice anything different about the way I'm playing Resident Evil, Harsh, or no?
You're gay? I'm sorry, Abel, that was mean.
It's fine. Harsh, check the stream. Let me know if you
Abel's gonna frame you for murder now.
Like, that's
Abel's
fine.
such a dad.
No, he concerns me.
Harsh, let me know if you figure it out.
James, you should be looking behind your back.
I think I should.
James, do you still have that video of me playing Five Nights at Freddy's at your house?
I think I do.
You figured it out, Harsh?
I have to find it. I don't know, because, like, on one hand, it's like...
You know, anything quirky about the way the game looks, Harsh?
Oh, VR?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Just based on how you're moving the camera.
How's it look in your view? For me, it's all steady. I mean, look. Oh yeah, I'm missing 3
It
fingers.
feels pretty realistic. Like, you know, it's not the steadiest thing out there, but
I mean, the game.
It's like how it would look if a person was walking through the woods, like little bumps and brambles along the way.
Like a GoPro, I guess.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird thing about VR. It looks smoother on your head than when you look at a video. You notice that?
Yeah.
There's snarls. Oh. Yeah, I'm playing Resident Evil. I'm finally gonna get this thing done.
Making that decision, it acquired a thirst for violence. Skin rub.
Oh my god, I have so many extreme Deep Awakening.
Oh shit, don't attack me, guys. I'm gonna run.
Now, what video game shall I play? Shall I play some Metal Gear Rising? Or shall I play... James, you want to play a video game together?
What time is it? We can play one game of Counter-Strike.
Alright.
Give me a minute, I'm gonna...
Do you guys think G's ever being involuntary celibate?
What?
Yay.
What?
Oh, I heal myself.
I have no idea what Abel said.
Hey, what's your opinion on black people?
They're dead.
He loves them.
Can you guys
No, let
believe?
your brother talk.
Harsh, do you really believe the Epstein list? That there's no Epstein? There's no way, right?
What a load of horse shit. Like,
Ooh, yeah, you know, the dude was definitely killed.
oh my god, sometimes I wonder, would Kamala have been better?
There's no
Was she
way.
even better?
Well, I personally believe so. We can't speculate.
Like, there's no way that there's no
I think
list.
Kamala would have been worse.
After all the shit we mentioned,
Fuck, man.
Harsh, right? There's no way that there's no list. Like after years, you know, we have it in our desk and all that shit.
Yeah, Abel, and all that shit, you tell
I am so lost.
Ava, what do you think of the big beautiful bill?
What is it? I just know something about AI.
Government spending bill. Everybody's making a big deal about it. I think the deficit's too much, but they might actually clear more money on the tariffs than they originally thought.
I feel like it should be illegal
So,
for
it might be okay,
I feel like it should be illegal for a bill to have that many rules.
but I do think it's a bit of a reckless spending.
I mean, it's a comprehensive spending bill. It makes sense for it to have a lot.
Yeah,
Now, I don't.
but I mean, I know, but I mean, like, like the bill shouldn't be like shouldn't control too many things. It should like rule one thing at like a few things at a time, not like the amount that the bill has.
I think what we should do.
'Cause then you have to
Would be,
contest the whole bill as a whole. You know, it's a pain.
Well, I think here's my solution to the idea. If somebody gets elected that could pass this, we would cut all funding to Israel unless all those AI PACs, like all those super PACs, would donate the money to make up the deficit. I think that would work.
It would.
Wouldn't you think so, Harsh?
That would. It would just require them giving money for action, for
Like
things.
just walk all foreign aid until the other countries pay our fucking bill.
I do personally think that the U.S. should receive reparations for other countries, since our army acts as an army for like 20 other countries, man.
Yeah, I think it's about time we start charging them for imperialism.
It doesn't need to be like too much, but like maybe just a minor, like providing funding support, you know?
Oh, you got right.
Harsh, I can hide my upper body. Harsh, I can hide my upper body. Oh my god, Ricky, I can hide my torso. Harsh, I can hide my
You can
torso.
lie,
I can hide my body because like Ethan Winter's like upper chest is in my way. I just disabled it and now I'm just a pair of legs. I can re-enable it. I can hide my arm too. That's weird. Harsh, isn't that wacky? I can disable rendering his body.
Yeah.
Now I'm just a pair of legs. It's useful because I don't think this game was initially designed for VR. So you have like Ethan Winter's body like on like it's below me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm stuck trying to figure out a puzzle. I can't believe like I can't believe Chris Redfield killed this Ethan Winter's wife.
Really?
That's mean, Harsh, right? Like he comes in, shoots, he like outside, he like shoots Mia, and he comes and takes my kid. And now I'm here, wherever I'm supposed to be.
Don't think about that Chris Redfield guy. He's a nice boy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm stranded in this village, and I don't even know my way through.
No better.
Ricardo?
An innocent man's identity.
Ricky,
So-
how's ATF today?
Oh, it's pretty good. They had me watching some prison footage at the end, but I also have spray painted like the combat helmet to help them prepare for another training event.
How'd the prison?
The helmet they needed orange, and then I got food there, and then I had to help sort files, but all the files were not in place, which means someone else had the files and forgot to return them. And then I helped organize evidence for a crime case.
Oh,
That's not good.
what evidence was there?
That's interesting.
I just had to just sort where the evidence vault number is, and then the evidence that needs to be disposed of. So,
Did you have to watch the scene footage?
no, it was just some trap guy talking to his girlfriend on FaceTime, and because prisons give iPads now to the prisoners.
No, I mean,
That's nice.
like what was the
No,
evidence?
it's not nice. It's fucking stupid that they give. Why the fuck do prisoners deserve iPads and get to FaceTime these motherfuckers?
I'm sorry, like
It's important for them to have outside contact, man, and iPads kind of don't do much.
Just give them a phone, like phone calls, like a daily phone call. Or
yeah, I
something.
get the phone.
The thing is that an iPad makes it harder to call someone, which allows for them to like maybe message someone, but makes it easier for the prison to monitor communication.
They literally already record the phone calls for the prison phone calls. Harsh. I think that's well enough. I don't think needing to FaceTime them is important.
Plus, iPads are bigger and easier to sneak out, and there's more like specialized cases and stuff for them. So it's
Again, there's just no. There's what's like the point of they need to communicate too is stupid because they have a phone call already. They can make phone calls.
So you're watching like the cell, or you're watching the
Yeah, I think that
No,
like,
they
should
record
just
the
give them,
iPad
like, the old
footage
school
from the FaceTime, so I can see like the full FaceTime of the guy and the person he's talking to.
Oh. So you're watching like the FaceTime footage, or like the prison cell?
I
Yeah,
don't know. I think motherfuckers on motherfuckers who manslaughter don't deserve to get to see their loved ones.
the thing is, like, most of the time it isn't manslaughter, dude.
Except once a week
Well,
during
Also,
visitation
manslaughter is usually an accidental or non-intentional murder.
No, it's homicide. That's what you're looking for.
like, you're looking for murder, because manslaughter is like accidentally running over someone with your car.
No, it's not homicide.
that's vehicular manslaughter.
It's a type, but it's an example of it.
Then what's homicide?
Like, it's fine if
I
they need
thought
to, like,
manslaughter is if you kill somebody without planning it. That still
Yes.
means you could kill somebody intentionally.
no, intentionally means you have
manslaughter. Manslaughter is like you swung your bat, the bat slipped out of your hand, and it hit someone on the head, and they died.
Like, it's something where you didn't
Yeah, but, like,
inherently
I
plan it
could've
ahead
sworn-
of time. If you had
like,
the intention of killing someone, that can as
That
long as
moves
that's
up to homicide.
provable, you can constitute it as murder.
Really?
Mens
because
rea, mens rea is the biggest difference between manslaughter to a homicide.
you shouldn't.
You're
Because
gonna want to
mens rea
explain
means
that
the
in layman
intent to
terms.
kill.
Are you on CS or what?
Yeah, I'm loading CS right now.
You
The
shouldn't,
intent to kill is what mens rea is.
but you shouldn't get in
Thank
trouble
you.
for accidents.
Well, what happens when somebody hits somebody with their car accidentally and they intended
And that's
like
that's
attempted to
vehicular
break?
manslaughter. You didn't intend to kill them, but you still killed them. You still have to face consequences for killing them, but
Barbara
you did
Bush
not mean to
didn't.
kill them.
But what if
Barbara Bush
you do it while drunk?
Well, he had a good ass lawyer then.
No, Barbara Bush is a woman, dummy.
She had a good ass. Also, she's
she
rich.
had a
She's
good
part of
ass
the Bush
look.
family.
But Ricky, what if you were just drunk?
Still, if you're not
Well,
like
that's a very
drunk,
different
like
case,
if you
because then you're
prove that you
stupid
weren't
for
being
driving to
negligent,
begin with.
like,
Then you're
just
not gonna.
before
You're
that-
negligent, and then you are responsible. That becomes a homicide case.
like let's say you but the guy jumped in front of your car. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Well, there's still see, James.
You're not gonna
You're
get
putting
charged with anything.
James. You're putting variables in it because the
Let's say
family
it was
could
a
argue.
jaywalker.
The family, if someone jumps in front of your car like a suicide attempt, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Realistically,
or
But it
let's
depends
say
if the family. Then it depends if the family is willing to see it that way, or if they're gonna try saying no, you killed him,
I think that's considered.
because the family then can sue you for saying you killed their son, even if the son jumped in front of the car.
Ricardo, to stop you right there, we should get back to the original point about
I don't know what the
iPads.
original point was.
iPads.
okay.
James was saying someone who commits manslaughter shouldn't have an iPad.
I think prisoners in general should not have iPads.
yeah,
I
just
think
don't
they do.
I don't think people should
It's
have
important
iPads.
to not let their minds go idle in a prison.
Yeah,
you know?
let them go idle. Let their fucking brains slowly rot so they become harmless.
There's
No, that
Josh,
causes
prisons have
mental
so
illness.
prisons have
Prison
so
is
much
a
shit to do.
Punishment.
They have TVs in prison already, Harsh, so
They
they
can
see stuff that's
exercise.
going on in the world. They can make phone calls already. They can get visits. They have exercise. They have games over there. They have libraries, Harsh. There is so much stuff for a person to do in prison.
There is stuff, but
They
it's
have-
restricted.
Prison's
You can
better
only
than,
have
like,
certain
the
time,
average
time
fucking
plus
dorm
number of
anymore.
people.
But
So
Ricky,
realistically, on
have
the
you-
day to day, you're going to be sitting in a cell.
but
Humans
Ricky-
need a little bit more to
socialize
do
with
than
someone
sitting in a cell.
and socialize with your cellmate, Harsh.
But most people
You
don't.
sometimes don't like your cellmate. An
Some people
iPad
shit.
Stop up, nigga. They
Cheat
did
way to
crime.
provide
Shit, you committed a
stimulation.
crime. You're paying the
Oh,
time.
shit.
But not everyone gets a
Exactly.
cellmate. Some people don't get cellmates though.
They still a lot of time to socialize. The only time you're really in your cell is when you're either like at nighttime when it's time to sleep, or if you willingly are in your cell during like 3 hours.
I say tough shit.
So Ricky, what evidence did they have? God-
Dude, I mean, most people in
Thing
prisons
attack.
are often not there for like murder. dude. It's mostly like drug stuff. I think it's fine to give them
Okay,
an iPad.
drugs are
No,
bad
it's
too. I think
Drugs are terrible. They're
we're not gonna
You-
get fucking people with
if
marijuana
if
offenses
this guy is
anymore.
giving heroin out to 12-year-olds,
Yeah, you're teaching
and the heroin has fent in it, Harsh, do you think he deserves an iPad in his prison cell where he gets
First
to
of all,
also already
Ricardo,
watch TV?
straw man fallacy. You're giving a exaggerated argument by drug stuff.
Okay,
Like, most
he
of it
sells,
isn't high
he sells,
intensity
he
drugs.
sells heroin.
It's mostly usage of drugs that's illegal.
Harsh.
A majority of arrests are
Don't they
for
usually force those
usage
people to go
illegal.
to clinics first?
Harsh, listen, Harsh. If someone is selling drugs, they can't make the argument, well, I didn't think he would overdose on it. You're selling them drugs.
Yes, but I wasn't talking about just selling drugs. Again, straw man fallacy. I was talking about drug crimes. That's part of it, selling drugs, yes. But the
Taking drugs on
majority of
your own
arrests
is
for
illegal.
drug crimes are
If a drug
using
is illegal, Harsh, then you know it's illegal to do a drug.
Intent
You're
to
willingly
distribute.
taking the risk to break the law for it. You get caught, you get in prison. Tough shit.
Tough shit.
Yeah, but like nothing wrong with giving them an iPad. They have to
No,
spend
there
that
is
time in
something
prison
wrong with
without
giving them an
rotting their
iPad. You're
brain.
going too soft on them. It's not even a punishment.
It is still a punishment. You're restricted from society for often decades.
But
Oh,
shouldn't-
what, shit-ass society? That's a fucking reward, honestly, these days.
But prisons, they don't work as well when they actively punish prisoners, like by depriving their mind. That leads
Well,
to
Harsh, they
insanity
don't
and
deprive
causes
their minds anymore.
crime
They give them
recurrence.
It's
TVs
not about
already. They have
privatism, it's about
libraries. They
teaching them a
have visitors
fucking
allowed.
lesson.
One, I never said privatism. I said if they let their minds rot, that often increases mental illness and causes crime.
Harsh,
A prisoner to
prisons do
commit a
so
crime
much
again.
already to prevent them from getting like mentally dead because there's already
Like
libraries
exercising.
for them to educate themselves. There are computers already in prison, so they
Again,
can send
you
emails.
have to schedule time for those, and they only have a
What,
certain amount
nigga?
of people. A majority of prisoners are not going to be able to consistently access that. An
Harsh,
iPad, they can more consistently
You
access.
fucking
Harsh,
drug
they are
people
allowed phone
drugs.
calls. Giving them a whole iPad to FaceTime is kind of just pointless when they already have their cell phones
That is
like-
coddling.
that they're allowed to use to make the phone calls.
Oh, okay. So they're allowed cell phones in prison?
Not cell phones. I said cell phones. Accident. I meant the phone, the prison phones.
Yeah, but there's only a limited number of those. Giving them iPads, great way to monitor them for the prison, but it also lets the prisoner do something. A prison should, like, it's better to like give them something that helps reduce crime. That's why a lot of prisons allow you to adopt animals if you're like a
Animals?
non-violent.
I have not heard of
Jesus
that
Christ.
before.
I think hard on crime's better.
No, hard on crimes literally never works, bro.
You deal
Unless
drugs,
it's a
you
murder.
suffer.
Unless it's a murder. But
You
like
deal,
for
like,
most
fucking
instances, hard on
drugs.
crimes only makes someone do more crimes in the future. You gotta give
biggest
them ways
problem
to
with-
express themselves that aren't crimes.
The
Otherwise,
biggest
you're
problem
gonna
is
likely
over
to most crime.
sentencing.
Repeat that, Ricardo.
The
Sorry.
biggest problem is over sentencing, where like hard on drugs cause charges to be like fucking 20 years in prison for doing like marijuana.
Yes.
Well, now that aged very badly, but you could thank Joe Biden for that.
Wait, isn't
Either way, though, I'm saying like 20 year. Like I do think drug charges are like over sentence.
yeah.
Because it's not more so. I think the charge itself is over sentence, but I think the problem more is the fact that then the prison becomes overpopulated.
I mean, especially with like prisons, they try to overpopulate because they can get more money from the government. If you can get more
Yes
prisoners, the
and no,
government gets
yes
more.
and no.
Dude, it's a proven thing.
Yes, but it's also no because they don't. A lot of the part of the justice
what I
system,
do?
like the criminal justice system, does not like over prison because then they cannot fit new prisoners in for worse charges.
It doesn't like
And
it. But still,
a lot of
most
people,
prisons
a
are
lot
run
of
by
people in
private
prison,
entities.
a lot of people in prison would be able to get out on small time bails, but they have no one on the outside to pay those bails. There's
Yeah, so it's
a
punishing
large-
poor people.
yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's a yes and no because there's just like the criminal like the sentencing system in America is a little fucked in that sense.
I think we can
yeah,
make
but
it
like
profitable.
it still shows that prisons
Those
are
lithium mines that just got
overpopulated.
discovered.
Like, ask any
Cha-ching!
social worker who works in a prison; they can tell you those things are like packed like sardines.
Yes, because there's a lot of people that commit crimes, and the justice system chooses to poorly handle that way.
Yes, but they're still overpacked. That's my point.
Yeah, but
I
you're
mean,
saying
I
that
agree with you
you're
on
saying
that.
you're saying that they want them overpacked. They don't.
No, private I mean, the owners of prisons do, not inherently the justice system. Because
Yeah, no, you were saying the justice system wants them overpacked.
No, I was saying
Yes, you were.
prisons want them overpacked, man. I'm sorry if it got misconstrued that way, but I said
Marijuana.
prisons
You
are
can do
overpacked
it if you wanna.
they're privatized. Not that it's a criminal justice system thing.
Geeked up playing Xbox all day. They don't really go to school. Sorry, what? Oh dear.
John Deere.
James, I think we might be cooked.
Ooh, CS:GO going bad.
We
But
was
Ri-
kings,
but-
Ricky.
but
We
Ricky,
was
don't-
kings.
Ricky, don't they use like special apps though? Not like iMessage, like
Alright,
special person apps for
I'm
messaging?
They're allowed FaceTime. It's like, the thing is like that's kind of pointless. What's the point of giving someone FaceTime when you can give them a regular phone call?
I mean, FaceTime allows them to get more info from the prisoner because you get both appearance and audio. It's advantageous for the prison, and it only costs like maybe $250 per.
But it's just a
It's
pointless
nothing.
theory that prisoners don't deserve.
Again, most prisoners are not like hardcore criminals or anything. Like you mentioned, over sentencing.
Yeah, it's because
It's okay to give them something to spend the time with.
That's because
Oh, Harsh, you also got to remember the type of prison that they're being sent to. There's low security, medium security, and high security. Armed robbery. Do you think someone who committed an armed robbery and is a prolific member of the Bloods deserves an iPad?
No,
Fuck
but
no.
that's why they
No,
monitor.
but like that
That's
is
the guy
not
who
a
in the
majority
video I was
of
watching, Harsh.
prisoners.
That's the guy whose video I was watching. Armed robber who's part of the Bloods.
Oh, okay.
So
Does he
we're-
deserve an
Strawman
iPad, Harsh?
argument, Harsh.
Like,
Strawman.
I don't think he deserves an iPad, but like even then, I still think prisoners should get iPads because like for most
Do you
of
think
them,
every prisoner should get an iPad?
not everyone, but that's not what I'm saying.
Well,
I
guess
think
what,
it's
Harsh?
a
If you
good
give one
idea.
prisoner an iPad, every prisoner gets an iPad.
No, dude.
In that
they
prison,
treat
yes, that's
prisoners
how it works.
differently. Like,
In
there's a
that
difference
prison-
between
Alright, alright, shut up,
solitary and like
In-
regular containment for a reason. Prisoners can be treated differently based on
If a
their...
prison
That's
has the
SCT.
iPad, everyone's going to be given the iPad.
No, dude. They already treat prisoners differently. They can just differentiate based on crimes. They do that with stuff like solitary or
Ricky, what are you
like,
doing?
whatever they do
Someone
for
I heard
snitches.
you.
I don't know.
I'm just
Guy
glad to
with
see normal
CT.
people at last. Have you seen any other survivors?
Because like saying just because one person has it, everyone should. It doesn't make sense
Oh,
for a prison when they
Ricky.
can do
That is not
individualized
a
things.
gun I thought it was.
Controlled
Like you mentioned,
burst,
low
come
security,
on.
medium security, high security.
I'm
If
lagging,
it's-
James. My ping is at 90 right now.
If
Now
it's a
it's
low
at 50.
security, that makes sense. If it's a
Should be
medium
sitting
security,
ducks in here.
not
Can
as
you old man
much,
walk?
but maybe it just depends on the person.
Well, I mean, I feel like if
One of the
you're
monsters
if they
cut
if
the
you're
Gosh, the
denied
problem with that
bail,
is that because the
We
prisons are
have
so
to get
packed,
into Louisa's
they kind of just had to mix everyone, no matter what the charges, is in the same
Let's
area,
go inside.
unless the charges are put
Stay
them
here.
at a risk
Be
of
quiet.
harming the other
Don't move
prisoners.
until I get those gates open.
isn't that just a criminal
Diddy.
justice problem then?
Oh, I wish Diddy.
Yes,
I mean,
died.
it
is.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah. But like that's not an issue involving the iPad. Is they can still differentiate. They might
Not
get an iPad
necessarily.
stolen, but they would need guards watching.
cool. Say that. Let's see if this retard fucking pushes A.
Okay,
Oh, come on.
No, but,
come on.
but shouldn't prison be about
Well-
reforming, not?
All right, we should probably be moving up.
Realistically, yes,
right.
Abel. Like reforming shows better odds than like punishing with
Guys, I got,
most cases, like
I sh-
80%.
I got shotgun ammo. I'm so happy.
Okay. Oh!
Harsh, I'm happy. I just reloaded
I
my
don't know. I
shotgun.
think it depends on the type of crime, of whether you should just rehabilitate or exploit.
I just reloaded my handgun and shotgun. I'm so happy.
Like, I don't think murderers should be reformed.
I just reloaded my shotgun, James.
And I
Fucking
agree,
lock-
unless
just fucking lock
it's
them
like unless it's a battered wife scenario. But like most cases, I'd say no.
It depends.
Like more often than not,
It depends.
like I think murderers should be just exploited for cheap labor.
It depends.
I mean, they already are. Well, I don't
Yeah,
think the
no, I mean,
murderers
no, I mean,
are.
like-
I'm pretty sure they're too
like
violent
work
for
them
that.
like an Auschwitz camp.
Okay, that becomes a human rights issue, James.
Dude,
Well,
Ricky,
they didn't
have-
really care
have you
about human
seen
rights when they
prison-
shot the
have you
person,
seen
did they?
Prisons in like the Midwest, like
Well,
Slavery is
Harsh,
still legal
they're
in
not.
prison.
They're not an Auschwitz thing though, Harsh. See,
Fair, they're
Auschwitz-
not Auschwitz extreme, but like
That's what.
slavery
Sorry,
is still technically
Bergen-Belsen. It
legal.
should be like Bergen-Belsen.
It depends. It's like when you're on good behavior and bad behavior in prisons, you know?
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's actually understandable, Abel. I get that.
Like, you know, like people can get off on good behavior and
not
like,
used to
you know,
relying
like
on
P.
other
Diddy
people.
is like isolated, you know? Like it depends on
We'll be
who
safe
you
in
are
here.
and what you did, you know?
Won't we?
That's clear. That's clear.
Safer here than out there, that's for
You guys
sure.
think that Diddy will end up
Hey, what are
getting
you
in prison
doing? Get
like
over
that?
here.
Well, I
know
don't think
anything
he's gonna
about
be
what's
allowed
going
to
on around
visit
here?
others. That's
Here,
the thing.
baby.
It doesn't make
He's
any
gonna be
sense.
P. Diddy's gonna spend
Mother
20
Mom,
years.
you long
always
time.
protected
P. Diddy's
us.
gonna be stuck in the.
Answer.
P. Diddy's
Mesa,
gonna be alone.
honey.
That's how I imagine it, Harsh. P. Diddy's gonna
Father.
be alone for like many years, like in the prison. I don't.
If he faces charges,
Well, he didn't he get guilty of 2. He's gonna
prostitution, which don't guarantee prison. It's likely he will get it, but it doesn't
Just
guarantee
hold
it.
on a
It's
bit
like
longer,
I mean, it's
Papa.
very likely he will, given the public.
He'll get a couple years, and that'll be the end of it. And then he'll get back out, and he'll keep doing what he's doing.
Well, he lost his
So
enterprise.
much blood.
Fucking macaco.
He's technically out right now because like I
No,
think he
he-
paid
Oh,
the
he was
bail.
denied bail.
Yeah, he's in.
Whoa.
They're not.
He was
letting him
denied
out.
bail.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you mentioned that earlier. My bad.
I can't believe that
Louisa,
rat bastard
open
got
up,
off
it's me,
with
Elena.
barely anything.
I'm surprised.
We're all
Long,
shocked.
don't go long.
Oh, shotgun.
Stop shouting.
What?
You'll draw
There's
the
3 of them in
monsters.
longs.
Julian, calm down.
Who's
All right.
this?
A friend.
Stay back.
Don't shoot me.
Father, for God's sake, Julian, let us in.
No, no, they'll smell the blood. You'll endanger us all.
My father will die out here.
That's
The guy's
not
bringing
my
bomb to B. You might
problem.
want
What's going
to.
on?
These people want to let a dying man into our home.
Come now, these people
Are they
are
now?
our friends. Go
Yes,
on.
I'm a
go
friend.
inside. Come now. This way. You're not from this village.
Bait him out. Bait him out.
No. I'm Ethan.
Yulian,
Alright, he
go
knows
make
better.
yourself useful and check the grounds. I said go.
Oh, fuck me. God, why are we?
Ricky,
Purple,
Ricky,
purple,
did you find us in your
Where's the guy in
CCTV?
cat?
Can I find
So
what?
do I.
Did you find us
inside, Ethan.
chilling in the prison cells when you watched the video?
Yeah, Abel.
I know Abel was there for
Playing
sure.
Xbox
I'll check on the
all
others.
day. They don't really go to school. They just sit in the game.
Harsh, wouldn't that be funny if Ricky takes a picture? It's like, guys, you won't believe what I saw on
Marijuana.
TV,
You
and
can
it's like
do
us.
it if you wanna.
Is there anyone famous in New Jersey in the New Jersey prison system?
No, they go to Rikers Island.
I
New York
think-
if they're famous.
Wasn't
Oh.
Mike Tyson? Didn't Mike Tyson serve a sentence in Jersey?
Did he?
I don't know. But I thought Mike Tyson was from Jersey. Could be wrong.
He's a Jersey boy.
That would explain a lot.
Actually, I
Yes.
don't think he's from Jersey.
He's from New York.
Harsh, guess what?
Yeah, same difference.
Okay, what, Abel?
How are you?
Abel
I'm doing
calls her
perfect.
Harsh and doesn't have anything to say.
Oh
Come
yeah,
inside, the others are
it
waiting.
is surprised though how Pete Diddy got that little charge, right?
The fuck is
For
this?
what he did.
Outsiders, you're gonna get
To be
us all
fair, I mean, he had
Right,
good
Anton.
lawyers.
You
I
have
really,
Leonardo and
Really
Elena.
good.
Alright,
I'm surprised.
push on
I'm
this.
surprised what's going on with Epstein's case though.
Take a seat.
yeah, dude, they just backtrack like
Is this all
crazy,
that's
bro.
left? From your entire village?
And I'm just
Remember,
watching it. Harsh, you know what's crazy? What's surreal? I'm talking to you,
There is
but
no
in
one left.
I feel like I'm really Ethan right now. There's a cutscene going on. It's like
Alright.
first person.
oh, that's really cool, man.
Wailing bitch. And you,
Abel,
you
I
dragged
just
the
realized,
bloody
who did you
man
vote
and
for in the
outsider
last
in here
election?
like
I'm
stuff
genuinely curious.
and expect to be all safe.
Not Trump, at least.
There is
Green,
no
can you help me?
safe.
So
Yo,
who did you vote,
good
Abel?
man.
Oh,
Sorry
Claire
bastard
voted for
out
me.
there has been ripped in half.
Isn't that voter fraud?
Alright, he's.
I know.
Let's just run to A. Run to A.
She accidentally scanned under me.
Dead.
Tomorrow we're all.
Oh,
Be
okay.
ready for us.
Yeah,
Just
knowing
have a
Claire,
flashbang.
Husband,
I don't know.
put a sock in it.
I don't know
Roxanne.
Claire
enough.
enough. I'm assuming she did
This
vote for
house
Kamala,
has protected
because,
my family for
but like,
generations.
I also don't know her
That's what we
politics.
do. That's how we
I
do it,
voted
baby.
Trump.
You are all welcome.
Yeah, and I still think
and
that was a
safe
dumb
in
idea.
here.
I don't like Kamala. I still don't like Kamala.
Yeah, I think Kamala would have crashed the economy even
Someone
harder.
Please tell me.
Kamala's
what
not the
hell
greatest
is going on?
candidate, but like the
We don't know.
administration Biden had with stuff
One
like
day we were
USPS,
quiet,
FTC, and all
devout,
good
pillage, and the
administration.
next-
Or she
The
had no
monsters
fucking
came.
economic
And like
plan at
Trump,
all.
Vance, Ted
Nothing.
Cruz, or well, Not Ted Cruz. What was his name? Ted Kennedy. Robert
Where's your
Kennedy.
husband?
Okay.
What's wrong with
No,
RFK?
all liars. I told you all
He
that.
is out.
Hey,
And
they
it's
got
all
Fred 40
true.
banned. God
Someone-
bless. Kamala wasn't going to get Fred 40 banned.
Yes, that's.
Kamala would have let the black
dude,
girls eat all that
dude,
food
Bernie
while
was in
he
charge of
town.
health, and he was trying to ban Red
Let us
40.
pray.
Okay, but you gotta admit,
Bernie
J-
never gets anything accomplished.
you gotta admit, JFK Jr. is wild,
Good
right?
idea.
Nah, Bernie's gotten a decent amount accomplished, man.
Harsh, what do you think? JFK Jr. is going wild, right?
I mean, there's a reason he's the only Kennedy the other Kennedys don't like.
Ricky, what do you think?
Well, other than JFK's abusive dad, they also all hate him, too.
Together as one in reverence, we call on
Like his mission, I think makes sense, but
except for RFK, all the cool ones are dead.
But I don't know.
RFK's
The rest of them
RFK's
are
kind of
fucking swamp
cringe, man.
dwellers.
So we make our sacrifice.
But like
Genuinely,
but like
RFK
why
sucks, bro.
like why does he want to stop
You
vaccines?
say that, but
Like,
he
that's
got
so
he got
silly.
Red 40 banned, Harsh. That means he's eternally cool in my book.
He didn't even get it banned. He just told companies to like stop using food dyes.
And you know what? They did.
Help me, Elena, please.
James,
Oh,
I
wait.
did it.
That prayer. I've heard it before. There was an old woman near the grave.
James, I
They
did
said
it.
Oh, good job. I
I
could have
got
sworn
3K.
I could have sworn they passed something that said basically they're not gonna allow it anymore.
There is wisdom.
Not exactly.
Pushing,
So
he's
what
putting emotions
RFK
forward, so
did
they kind of
pass?
had to start.
Protected her,
Like
as
he's
it
telling
shall
companies to
protect
stop
us.
putting Red 40 in, but they have a grace period before they stop actually putting it in.
That's reasonable, but it's good.
What are you doing?
Leonardo, what's
You
wrong?
can't reformulate shit overnight.
So it's technically not an official law. It's a suggestion. So it's saying, hey, by this period you should stop.
Oh my God, can
Not
anybody
that
else
you have to
fucking
stop.
team help me?
Which is like the big thing.
James, I helped you get in there.
Except for you. You're
Everyone.
What's these guys?
Oh, you're killing everyone. Old man, no.
Oh, and of course you see the roll through the fucking smoke. Okay.
Harsh, can we make you president?
You can. I don't believe I would be a good president. Though.
Why? Because you'd be a socialist?
No, social. No, those policies have been shown to help the economy. We should be fine there.
I'm like you.
It's just that I'm far too indecisive for that.
I'm like you.
I'm better when I assist someone else.
Harsh, I'm like you. I'm gonna be a dictator.
Harsh, you could be my
Good man.
secretary of Indian policies.
James, you should not be president either. You're gonna bankrupt it because you think a federal casino is cool.
You did the right
I'm
James is gonna get rid of the
I'm gonna
14th
defund
Amendment.
Israel. I'm gonna make us rich.
No, you're not. You're gonna start a war or something.
There's nothing you can
What? With Israel? Fuck them.
No, with Iran, we're gonna lose our intelligence there.
No, they're gonna love us. Look,
Can you
they're
guys
gonna love us.
imagine?
Robert can give me all the speeches he wants about how Israel's
He was
important.
already
I don't
gone.
care.
And then
But
they're
James,
gonna
what about
assassinate you.
Netanyahu?
No. We're
He
getting
can
out
cry
of
me
here.
a river.
Together.
I don't think Ricardo would be a bad president. I just don't think Ricardo has a full understanding of what it means to be a president.
Guys,
I think the Megarian administration would be ineffective because I wouldn't be able to get bills passed.
look, James. If I were running, I would.
But if I did get bills passed, it would be awesome.
Look, James,
Abel would be a great leader, though. He'd rule with an iron fist and crush all dissenters.
No black people allowed.
look, Ricky, you there.
Yeah, I'm just gaming right now.
I'll be a great dictator.
Yes, you would.
Yes.
My harsh. I'm gonna have an authoritarian rule.
Harsh, I think I would do good as the Secretary of
You know what's wild?
Transportation.
I can't believe Ethan.
No.
I can't believe
What?
what's it called?
No.
Elon Musk.
You like highways too much, man.
I would
You would turn
ban
New Jersey to a highway.
I would put a huge tax on SUVs and crossovers.
So the only cars that are made in America.
Well, I would make it so any American-made car under $25,000 that isn't an SUV is tax-free. As a way of encouraging more efficient transportation.
Right to your local congressman.
I would also ban CVTs in cars.
Guys,
Because they make cars break earlier, and
Damn.
even if they
The fire's
save a
moving
couple of
fast.
miles per gallon in fuel economy, CVTs do cause premature wear and tear, which can lead to increased manufacturing, which causes more emissions overall.
if I were
That is
president, I will make heroin legal.
So,
Good man, Abel. Good man.
Step back. We can bust out with this.
Are you gonna give iPads to the heroin dealers, Abel?
No. And the lethal injection, screw that. Just give them a fentanyl overdose.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think if you arrest a drug dealer, you should just make them take their own product. Like a lot of.
I don't mind that. It's a bit too Hammurabi.
Overdose as a sentence.
Never said they have to overdose.
I
They
sentence
just
you
have
to-
to take a portion of their product.
I sentence you to Fent. Except for Coke, because we would be threatening them with a good time.
Ethan, are you alright?
Says, of course, the white man likes Coke.
The fire.
I like Coke,
There
I
isn't
like
any
amphetamines, and I
I mean,
like.
what if
I
the
like
cone is
Molly.
laced with fent?
I like LSD. Well, oh yeah, we could just give them Coke laced with Fent. That would be a good idea. Ow.
Ah, dicks! I didn't even see the guy.
Ricky,
I came in too fast.
Harsh, if you were to legalize a drug, what would you legalize recreationally?
Let's move.
Recreationally?
MDMA.
For me, probably
LSD.
MDMA.
Probably
I know.
LSD, yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Thank you,
I don't know, because LSD, I think it's easier to lose your mind than MDMA.
No, LSD has no addiction potential.
I would consider it, but like.
So LSD is no addiction, but some people, their minds will just snap over it.
You gotta remember one thing.
actually,
I don't think
allowing the
addiction.
drugs to be used recreationally, you also highly increase the chance of people using it while driving.
Well,
I would
that's
decriminalize it. That would be the way. I would still make it hard to get, but you know.
What the
no.
I
You're
mean,
not gonna
you do
get a
increase the
license
chance while
over it.
driving, but like
I can't fight them. There's too
at the
many.
same time, it
Ricky's just mad because he
that's
has
why
to pull more
cops
people
exist
over.
to help manage right there. Plus societal restrictions.
That's what self-driving's for.
Harsh.
That's why
Well,
we had
societal
self-driving
restrictions
cars.
and all that, sure,
Nothing
harsh.
but
But like,
blood
ever
and
since we
death.
became criminalized in
I
New
don't wanna be
Jersey,
alone
New
while
Jersey's
you're-
seen a lot more charges of people driving while under the influence of marijuana.
Yeah, but that's
Yes,
but
It's a lot more accessible to them now. So that's what I'm saying. If you legalize LSD, which is gonna make them a lot worse drivers,
Yeah,
more
but
than weed or alcohol would.
Yeah, but you
The
know
thing
what?
is,
do it.
you
Like, you know
know,
what?
in LSD, like, are you sure your body's just gonna be capable?
Yeah, but
Dude, I was
You'd
tripping
be
balls.
surprised
I-
what people would do.
Ricky,
'cause they're
people-
Pretty
stupid
sure I'm the
hard.
only one who's taken LSD here. I can tell you.
Ethan, go.
You are not able to drive properly.
Ricky, people drive.
It's like-
Actually, no, you could, but you have to like consciously concentrate the whole time, and it's really
That's what I'm
hard.
saying though. Like if some guy's on LSD and he's like, "Man, I want McDonald's," he hops into his car, tries driving it.
Yeah, you
but-
just
The
DoorDash.
thing is, it could increase, like, it will
Someone in
increase rates
okay,
of,
if
like,
someone in LSD
driving under influence,
if people
but
are
not
going to
by a
dri- if people are-
percentage enough for it to
It's
be
going
considered
to.
bad.
Look, I'm just saying. Once if
It's
it
not like
becomes
weed where you lose
criminalized,
your common sense. You still have your common sense.
Yeah, it's like alcohol, Ricky.
James,
no.
if common sense was a thing, you wouldn't see so many DUIs or driving while intoxicated, driving while under the influence to begin with.
But
Well,
Ricky,
Ricardo,
that's
one
different.
thing, man, like,
Ricky,
you lose your common sense with alcohol and pot. You don't lose your common sense with like,
Ricky, people crash. People crash
LSD.
by going on their phone. That's even worse.
It's like a different kind of high.
Yes, Abel.
You have to do it to like.
What's your point,
understand what
Abel?
I'm talking
I'm
about.
saying there's
But
always
the
gonna
thing
be
is,
there's
like,
always gonna be
these
car
things-
accidents. That's the thing. It's not,
like,
That's
Abel
what
makes
I'm saying.
a good
I'm-
point there.
No,
Ricardo,
it's a
wait up.
useless point. Harsh, it's a useless point. You can die by crossing the fucking road.
Dude, let me finish.
yeah, but the point is, if you make the drugs legal, you prevent illegal.
No.
You know the
Like,
the drug dealers from
making
putting fentanyl in it. That's
That's
why.
a good point.
That's
Like,
why.
I'm not
that's
gonna
why.
lie, I
Can't,
would-
that's
I
why.
would support
that's why-
legal-
Abel, if your
legalized-
problem is fentanyl, then you want to legalize.
Bro,
No, but
I
that's
keep trying
why-
to talk. Stop interrupting me.
Wait, one last thing. That's why weed is that's why legal weed is selling a lot because people are
Harsh.
it gets at least safe versus getting it from a drug
Make
dealer.
a full sentence without the Bazan brothers interrupting challenge.
Is heroin.
Yes.
If your issue is fentanyl, you want to legalize heroin or cocaine because those are the two most common drugs to be paired with fentanyl inside of it.
Yeah, but they're also
So,
addictive. and
guys,
unsafe.
to go back to what I was
Cool.
saying.
Well, then
I
your
am
point
going
of
to
aiming
mute both
fentanyl-
of you Bazan brothers.
Okay, Harsh, you can go because I think
So,
it
the
should
thing
be
is,
legal moderation.
legalizing...
You can go.
They have auto
Stop being a
snipers.
prick, Ricardo.
Stop muting me. I'm in the game. I can't unmute myself without dying.
Well, then hush up for 5 seconds.
They're bringing up points I'm trying to counteract with.
Dude,
Well,
you gotta
then
wait for us to
speak
finish
first.
before you counteract a point.
Because
You gotta
your
hear
points-
the point.
Abel's point about fentanyl was pointless to bring up because
Well,
of the fact that
ignore
he's
Abel.
going to
He
say
Ricardo,
rage baits.
again.
Abel rage baits.
Let me finish speaking
I'm not
before you
raging,
comment.
I'm being
That's
honest.
what I'm saying, bro. You gotta do it. What he makes on that point kind of makes sense. He's rage baiting, obviously. But the
I'm
thing
not
is,
rage
when
baiting,
you
I'm being
legalize a
honest.
drug... Abel, wait up. you will obviously get more instances of driving under the influence. But the big issue is it increases it enough per capita, like per the percentage of the population, that's dangerous. And LSD is just not going to increase it enough per capita.
No, it would.
It might have 1 or 2 people in the news who are driving under the influence, but a majority of users are just not going to be driving while on LSD because the effects of it. Therefore, it's safe.
Yeah,
Safe
no,
further
speaking of
than-
LSD, you can't even start up a car. Drive it in the first place.
Fucking hell, the ox. I would actually disagree with that.
Have you
Bro,
taken LSD?
No,
kind of
I would
knowledge
disagree
do you
with the
have on
point of
that?
Harsh saying that once it becomes decriminalized or legalized, people still wouldn't be taking it as much. That's completely false. If
I
people
never
become
said that.
You did say that, Harsh.
No,
you
I
said there
said-
wouldn't be an increase in the percentage of its use.
I didn't say usage,
That
I
is
said-
word for word what you said, Harsh. You said if LSD was legalized, you wouldn't see a large increase in its use. That is a complete lie. It would get a large increase in use because we were like, oh, the government says it's okay to use it. The only reason they were using this word is because it's considered a big illegal drug.
Now, that I'm
Would
sorry to
occasionally
interrupt you.
trip balls.
No,
No,
like, I
Harsh,
never
you
said
did
it would
you did
increase
say that.
usage.
You did
No,
say it
I
would
did not say
increase
that.
maybe
I
only
said
by 1%
it would
or
not
2%.
decrease usage when driving, bro.
No, you did
Yeah,
not say
your
with
mic might be,
driving.
your speaker might be cutting out a little.
You did not say
Because
with,
people
by
will
driving.
use it more, but they're not going to use it as much when driving. There will be instances of it, but not a per capita increase where it's a large enough influence
Well, I mean,
while driving.
the truth is, people are always going to use drugs, but that's why you're supposed to be responsible for it.
Because I did
people
not say
aren't
word for
responsible.
word people will use it more, or less, or won't use it more. I said they won't.
Oh,
It won't cause as many issues when driving.
It would.
Not like a percentage increase. They might have 1 or 2 incidents, but not a large enough percent of the population where it's a danger. Like James knows drugs well enough.
Like if you know alcohol,
like,
people already do
Turn it off, turn it
mistakes, and but that's why you're supposed to. That's why people get educated. You're not supposed to do it. The people who do it are silly.
Abel, I think you're underestimating the stupidity of people, Abel.
Ricardo, you gotta I think becoming a cop's getting to you. You're becoming a little bit more
no.
negative on society.
In general, you are all of
he's
you
got
are
a good
underestimating
reason,
the
though.
stupidity of people. There were so many people that when weed became legalized started driving while high because they were like, "Well, I'm not driving while intoxicated. I'm high. I'm not drunk."
Well, it's a little
I
bit
mean,
different
There were
because
so
you
many
can.
people. There were multiple cases. It's not like a one-off instance. Multiple cases of people doing that. Harsh. So if LSD got legalized, which completely like fucks up your vision and like your visual sense, and they decide to drive because again, people aren't good. Common sense isn't a thing you can rely on with people in society.
My
Harsh.
argument is that LSD is a completely different drug, and its effects on the mind are a lot different than weed. And it's
My
incapable
argument
of
is,
being used
if people-
regularly.
My argument
Let
is
him finish
people
speaking,
even while
Ricardo,
sober-
before you interrupt him. Stop
I
interrupting,
wasn't
bro.
even finished speaking.
You could become a regular marijuana
Because that's a
user.
very big fallacy. You're very biased on James over there. Because I wasn't even finished speaking before James started speaking.
My bad. You took a pause. I thought you had
Like,
stopped
piece of
speaking
shit.
there.
Crazy man.
No, because Harsh is being a complete hypocrite. He's picking bias on his side, where a person who's taking his side gets to speak. When I get to speak, I don't get to speak.
My bad, dude. But like, I thought you'd finished speaking there. Also, James keeps bringing up this point, and you keep like interrupting it. So I want him to get that point done.
Well, your guys' main point to begin with was that common sense people wouldn't do it. You can't rely on common sense for
That wasn't
enacting
my point.
anything. No, not you, but Harsh and Abel.
My point wasn't common sense.
You
I'm
guys
just saying
mentioned common sense. That was one of your points.
James and Abel mentioned common sense. I said
James
it's not
just
a
said he
big
didn't
enough
mean common
increase per
sense.
capita. I never
The way-
said common
the
sense,
way it
dude.
interacts with your brain is different in the sense
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
you don't lose your sense of perception the same way. It's really hard to explain, but Ricky, I'll say this: if you can start a car, if you're like conscious enough to start a car on LSD, that means you're focused enough to drive, and you can do it. It's like one of those things where like if you're like focusing on reality,
Oh, the tall lady.
everything's fine. But if you let yourself drift, then shit gets weird.
I mean, you should know you
But-
shouldn't be driving once you're intoxicated at all.
Hey, look, people still do that.
I mean, it's a bad idea, don't get me wrong, but usually when people are that fucked up on LSD, they're not going to be able to do anything.
I think you guys understand the fact that just because someone shouldn't do something doesn't mean they wouldn't.
But that's my argument. People will do it, but it's not going to be a huge
But I'm not
percentage
arguing
increase
for
in
it
the
to be-
population.
It will be a
To
large
be
increase.
I just want it to be decriminalized.
You're in general
Not a-
making the road more dangerous by allowing it. You're allowing
Yes.
making society more
Making it-
dangerous.
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
You and Michael Jackson should start a pact together. You know, Michael Jackson's the reason why the drinking age got raised in America.
Guys,
Fucking
bastard.
guys,
Was it in Vietnam?
No, it was
Jackson
him
do?
and Reagan lobbied for it
somewhere else.
because these
Quiet
fucking
now,
insurance companies
child.
were like, oh, so many crashes.
I'm the
We have to
child.
take away
You're the one
rights.
who's arguing with
guys,
Miranda's
Lady
decision.
Dimitri's a tall lady.
If it was welded
Oh,
to
keep
that-
going.
So
One day
Michael
your head
Jackson
might
lobbied
take
back in the
your ego.
80s to get drinking age raised, and it actually worked. Fucking asshole.
My decision
Great
is
music.
final.
Douche.
Nah, Michael
Dimitri's a mommy.
Jackson's a genuinely nice person.
Kid diddler. Kid
None
diddler,
of those
alcohol
allegations were
He was not a
substantiated.
kid diddler.
Lycans!
Like,
Alcohol
there were
and
allegations,
gentlemen
but
was on
nothing that
that.
could be actually proven. And
I know, but
Now
I'm just
let the
saying it's
games
truth on
begin.
that for raising the drink.
Games.
like most of those instances were like people going against Jackson to make money.
I want to raise the drinking age because my father was a drunk and he beat me. And I'm going to use a completely different reason why.
9, 8, 7, 6,
Though, yeah, I was saying earlier,
3,
Real role model.
All of this originated from iPads in prison.
we like arguing with
No,
each other.
it's
a bond
because
of true
it's because
friendship.
you're talking about over prisoning and it's true. The DUIs and drug possession are like the highest crime rate. The things most people get incarcerated for.
Yes.
That is correct, people.
We were talking about because some drugs are more harmful than others. Cannabis and LSD are among the lesser.
Is anybody gonna go be with me?
Oh, remember we did this because we were talking about what drugs we should legalize as presidents. Remember?
Oh yeah, I would just go with MDMA and
Yeah. I mean, I think
decriminalize LSD.
if I were to imagine what will be next in line after cannabis, it'll be LSD.
You'll
though.
fucking
like
die.
like psychedelics,
Like,
you know,
you're all
mushrooms,
there.
the acid, whatever it's called. I don't know about acid, but I imagine mushrooms will.
I feel like, yeah, certain types of shrooms would definitely get legalized.
Yeah, just because it's relatively safer than the addictive ones like cocaine, you know, and meth.
Yeah. Plus, the effects don't tend to be as extreme.
It's
I mean,
also-
they can still be rough, but like
It is,
not
but
like
it is not
physically on the mind.
but for the sake, it's not addictive. That's the thing. It's a natural plant. At least we use shrooms.
You truly are as strong as they say.
Never had shrooms before. I was
I think I'd let you get away. Gotta keep Donna and Moreau entertained. So now it's time for the beautiful, blood-soaked grand finale.
They should legalize
Nothing like
methamphetamine.
fresh American crop.
Ricardo's
Yeah, they don't have
Heisenberg.
a meth head.
Yeah, then I could be like, water.
Oh.
What?
But I mean, from what I heard,
Yo, Mr. White.
when I heard that, when in general,
See, they're putting me out of
legal,
business.
I heard legal weed has overall been a net positive.
Run for your
Like it
Yeah,
makes a lot. It
because
makes
the
a lot
weed-
of money.
Well, yeah, because weed is like one everyone. It was kind of like the most socially accepted drug.
But it's also one of the. It's also the safer one. The safer of the other drugs.
Exactly,
right?
it's one of the safest
I
drugs.
mean, technically,
and it was
alcohol is also a
overcharged
type
for
of is also a type of drug too. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, not everyone does, because like drug
Yeah.
education is kind of
Yeah.
rough, but everyone in this voice chat does.
Like if there were a drug
I'm
to
fine
be,
with weed being legal, but
Actually,
other
you ever
drugs
smoked
make
pot
no
before?
sense to legalize.
like tobacco or nicotine should be illegal if we were to start over fresh.
Oh, what?
Have you ever smoked pot before?
No.
Yeah, harsh is a mess.
Pot is
Everyone-
from the land of my people, so.
After I'm 21, you want to smoke pot one day?
Yeah.
I don't like smoking. My body's already unhealthy, but I'd be down to try an edible.
I would eat a doggy brownie.
Of course you would. Oh, mid. Ricky, help me.
Ricardo, don't
can't see
join
them,
us.
James.
you will be drug tested at least once, and
I'm never
weed
gonna
stays in
do
your system
drugs.
for a while.
And if
Well,
any
I
of you
don't-
ever feed me drugs, I will cut contact with you.
Oh,
I wouldn't do that to my friend.
Yeah, no, that's messed up. We would not do that to you, man.
I do it to Danny.
Do what to Danny? Oh, drug others? No.
Nothing.
Please do not drug your friends, James.
No,
Abel should know
no.
he's not immune to being cut
It's not the
contact.
first
if he ever
time.
feeds
It's
me
not the
drugs.
first time Danny's had his.
Nothing like fresh American ground beef.
Really? I feel like Danny feels like a.
He accidentally ate a bunch of pot brownies once.
Really? I feel like Danny's 24/7. Always. He feels like Shaggy, you know.
Do those freaks have Rose?
The wind can drop the temperature into single digits and turn a city into a benign situation.
But Harsh, you can at least agree, right? Psychedelics should be like next in line after cannabis.
I don't think there should be more drugs legalized, Abel.
I mean, I
Just because it's happened before doesn't mean that they should do it like consistently.
Any hope of getting through
I
this?
mean, not
I think
consistently,
certain
but
drug. I think
but sir,
psychedelics
you
should
know,
be approved for like.
you know, like
medicinal
I
use,
hear
but
like
really
for
isn't.
I hear shroom or psychedelics can be
MDMA.
beneficial for therapy.
Yeah, they've actually been shown to help with anxiety and like certain
James mentioned
schizophrenia and all.
James mentioned ecstasy. I imagine it could, but like at least it will probably start off for initially for therapy again, and then recreationally, who knows?
Because like you know how weed has assists with like cancer and like I think Parkinson's.
Yeah, which is why I think that one was fine to be legalized. But if you want to go by that route, you can't just because it can be used for that doesn't mean it should be used for the public. Fent is often used in medicine too. Is Fent something that public should have access to?
Yeah, but shrooms are not addictive. That's the thing. That's the difference with that and like heroin.
Stop mid, by the way.
Plus, like they can be very assistive for mental health issues in a similar manner, without a lot of the large harm.
I don't remember
Something like tobacco, I think, should be considered a higher, like I guess, more dangerous drug. Just to have.
You managed to clutch it up. We tried.
Large
clutch up.
I got a kill
Did I do
site.
that?
Because this is
Did I do that?
Harsh, this is
Are you the one who knocks?
There's this huge
guess
fat
I
man
am.
in the game. Holy crap!
But Ricky,
It's like Nikocado.
I don't know. I think like I think MDMA should be like allowed medicinally. I don't think it should be like allowed for recreational use. But
Yeah, it's for therapeutic. Yeah. At least. You know?
I will say though, like
Call me
if you haven't take if you don't take ecstasy at least once in your life,
healing salves.
it is one of those things that you miss out on. Like I would say do it once.
That's not missing out.
James,
I mean, it's look, it's
James, he should not do ecstasy. He has to be drug tested at least like once every 5 years. I'm
I
pretty
mean, once
sure.
you retire.
I've gotten some new stock.
I think James is just retarded because he likes
No,
drugs.
no,
No, if
I
he likes
had- I
drugs,
had-
that's his prerogative. Like,
No,
let the
I
man
can
live
call
his
him
I don't-
retarded for it.
I am not a regular drug user, but I had Molly once, and
You would be
it's
if you had
like
access
a
to it.
unique feeling of childlike joy. No, I would not.
guys,
Maybe like twice a year. That would be it.
guys, we should all try heroin once. No, I'm kidding. That's
I'm
gonna.
not gonna lie to you.
ruin
Rick.
us.
I'm totally gonna trip.
I know,
balls
I'm joking.
with
That's
Zoe
gonna ruin us.
at some point.
Yeah.
Be like a soul
The-
bonding
The
thing.
addiction, the potential, and that thing is so high.
All right, guys. I got work tomorrow, so I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Good night, James. We'll miss
Good night,
you.
James.
Don't you guys rip each other's heads off. I know drugs can get a little bit heated.
Don't worry. Really, most political
Oh,
discussions.
so harsh. I just want to put. I just googled something just to prove like a fact to you real quickly.
Okay.
New Jersey experienced a 30% increase in DUI incidents and crashes in 2021, with the contribution to cannabis being decriminalized.
Damn, that
So,
is
yes,
actually my bad.
there's a large increase when you legalize a drug, Harsh. So no, I wasn't talking out of my ass. I knew exactly what I was talking about,
Yeah,
Harsh.
but it's partially because it just came
Harsh,
out. It just
bend
came
over
out.
and
This,
let-
of course, is going to be
Harsh,
high interest.
Bend over and let me shove my boot up your ass, and then let me take it out, clean my boot, and put it on your foot, and make you walk a mile with Oreo.
Well, there's a couple of reasons, Ricky, because it just released. There's gonna
Anyways,
be
Harsh, you want to play games?
There's gonna be a huge surge, and people want to try
I'm
it.
still working on my resume, man.
There's
And
a
sorry,
huge
Avery,
resume,
you're-
man. Of course, there's gonna be a huge surge in people using it. People, you know, some people, free weed. They don't know. You have to know the risks and stuff when you do it.
Abel, that's literally a point I made earlier, to which you guys tried shutting down.
I mean, we said it's important to know the risks. That's why you have to be educated.
people know the risk of marijuana already. It's one of the it's like one of the drugs we would also tell you in the DARE program, which is something most people in America took, and as well as something something that they also talk about when teaching about like alcohol and driving. There's about other drugs and driving in general being not good. So it's not something that they're uneducated. It's that people are unreliable. You can't rely on someone to, yeah, they know it's not a good idea to not do it, Abel. The only thing you can do
The
is
DARE
educate them, but
program
you
is
can't have
very
the faith.
inaccurate. I'm
What?
sorry to interrupt you, but like the DARE program as a program is very inaccurate.
It failed.
My point of bringing that up was that it's something that everyone, or most of Americans, especially Americans our age, had at least experience, and were told, "Hey, drugs are bad. You know, don't do things with drugs like driving." So that's that point, though. It's not that people don't know the dangers of it, which is the point Abel was trying to make.
I expected reports.
I mean, one DARE shut down in like the early 2000s. Most people our age don't know about it, and two,
They went
DARE
through
is
some
very
variation of it, where they're like told you essentially drugs are bad. People are
most of those
educated in the
programs.
sense.
That's
People
true.
are. My point is, people are educated in that drugs are bad. Abel's point of, well, they don't know that it's dangerous to do that.
Oh,
Yes,
but-
they do.
but
They
it-
ignore the fact that it's dangerous, Abel.
But what's called DARE focus on fear mongering more than education.
Yeah, those programs are more fear mongering than
Other
education.
educational programs still tell you that drugs are dangerous and that you shouldn't be doing things like, for example, with alcohol. You shouldn't be driving with alcohol. Same thing with all other drugs. People are educated in the dangers of doing things like driving while on a drug.
That's true.
It's so going like, well, they didn't know because, oh, it's illegal now, and I didn't know it was going to be dangerous. That's not a fair argument. That's a complete fallacy of an argument.
Years before I'm missing papers.
Also, look, as Abel mentioned, is fear mongering, and drug things aren't a standard curriculum. It's an elective chosen by certain schools.
Most schools, and we're talking about New Jersey. In New Jersey, almost all schools are going to talk about the issues of drugs. I'm using this statistic from New Jersey to keep things local. Since Abel, your point though, just like it's saying like, oh, it's new, they didn't know. That's a terrible point, and that's something I